Ah! It's time! What's good, guys? It's your boy Leon, always doing the most just for the smoke. And today, we are playing Pokopia. Oh, the drinks are outside. I forgot about that. They've probably been out there for a bit.
I'm gonna kick your ass.
I'm sorry. But yeah, we're playing. Wait, is my microphone? Yep, microphone is on. We are playing Pokopia. Yeah, it's Pokopia time. I didn't play a lick of this game. I was supposed to play this a while ago, but then I did it. So we're gonna play Pokopia for until I get tired. That's gonna be my goal. Huh?
Or till college.
Or till college. Yeah. Oh god. Oh yeah, last thing that happened. I tried to make a den. Did more Pokemon show up? Oh, actually. Oh, and I get to do this more. Hex, yeah. What is this? What? Oh, yeah. Quick. This one is what? Oh, yeah, because you got the big one. Ooh. So, just for those people who've never seen my guys, let me do a big introduction before I continue the last thing that I did. So this is my small little area. It has a couple of people. So we got the Combi, we got the Squirtle. I'll introduce them over there later. I'm gonna go to those people over there. I'm gonna show you those people in a bit. So we got my crew, my favorite people. We got my Scyther, and we got my Hitmonchan. Then we got the Drifloon that lets me go to places every day. There's the Vespiquen up there. Let's go up there real quick. We got the Vespiquen. Look at her all purty and shit. Being all purty. And then, what's over here? I actually never saw that. Oh, did I see that right? A trace of a Pokemon. What does that trace look like? It looks like Barry. That looks like a Weeping Bell. What the heck is that? It looks like a light bulb. I think that's a toy in the background and a plate of berry. Oh, we can see different ones? Oh, that's cool. Okay. Hello. Do I have anyone else I need to show? Because we got the Vespiquen over here. Oh yeah, that's Old Man Tangaroth. Old Man Tangaroth. Get a photo. There's something happening. What the fuck is happening? Is it just Hitmonchan? Hex, yeah. Hex, yeah. That's cool. Where's my Bellsprout? There is a Bellsprout over there. The heck is that? Oh, okay. I thought something was happening. You surprisingly don't have any new friends coming out. Alright, we got the recipe for a thing. Oh, yeah, there go my boy Bellsprout. What's good, cuz? What good, cuz? What's good? How you feeling today? How your comfort level? He wants dry flavors. Do we have something that's dry flavored? We got a carrot? Does that count? I wonder if that's... Carrots are dry. Oh, God. Oh, yeah, then we got my boy Hoot Hoot, always coming out at night. We got Oddish, and then Timber. And then this is where my house is going to be. Because I wanted to live next to the Pokemon. I wanted to live next to the Pokemon. I do want to build the big house. But I think the... Wait, no, this isn't my house. My house is over here, actually. If I had one... Yep, this is where I put my house if I had one. Low-key, if I had one. Okay, I need a lot of vine rope. So that's going to be my end goal. One of my goals is going to be finishing my house. Hello, what's good? Oh yeah, I gotta do my voices for them.
Don't do it!
What? What? Just talking?
Because he's right by the water.
Almost choked on my drink off of that one. He's like right above it. Hi, Ditto. I just want to say thank you for all the stuff you do to make every day so much fun. Take this. It's proof that me and you are BFFs. Oh, I needed that. Thank you. Holy, I needed that, my dude. Adding it to the collection. All right. I need so much stuff. Huh? Is someone there? Ooh, is this who I think it is? I hope it's Slow Bro. If it's someone other than Slow Bro, I'll be surprised. Is that a war turtle? Yo, nice to meet you. If you catch me around these parts. Wait, what's that? You're working hard to make it easier for the Pokemon living in the area? Yo, that's amazing. Like, totally awesome. Let me know if there's anything I can help with. Oh, man. We're gonna be like best buds for like 10,000 years. Did you know turtles can survive 10,000 years? So that's funny. Me and War Turtle are friends. Wait, do Pokemon just randomly evolve in this game? Now I'm curious. Okay. Yeah, I think he's just chilling. Good evening, Ditto. Just look at those beautiful stars. He wants lots of... Oh, I splashed water on Charmander on accident.
Bro!
I was laughing at what you said, and I accidentally clicked a button. Okay, well, let's... I do want to see... Can I buy materials? No, I don't think so. Okay. Well, we do need more stuff, but in order for us to get more stuff, I need the environmental level to go up. So I'm gonna do that. Go ahead and report all of it. Now the only challenge I need to do is visit a dream island, which is a good thing to start on. Actually, I'm gonna go put my stuff in the chest. Here's my little workshop, my little worky work. Ooh, I could take this. Okay. Don't question my building stuff. Don't question that right now. Ooh, I don't know what that is actually. Ooh, but I do need this. When I'm done, I do need this doll. I might need to make more chests actually. I need lumber. How do I make lumber? Do I make lumber? Do I have to cut trees? I don't want to cut trees. I might have to go cut trees. I feel like if I cut a tree, I can't get it back. I do be thinking that's how trees work. Now, if I do this, that's a small log. What the heck is that? What if I cut? Oh, I can cut these. Okay, I can make trees. That's great. Okay, well that's not great though. I don't know how to get lumber. How do I get lumber?
Maybe take the small logs.
Oh, you're right. That is how people do it in the Minecrafts. That is definitely how people do it in the Minecrafts. I Scyther. Did anyone tell you have a real big heart, Ditto? Thank you for being so rad. I got something. Think fast. Jesus Christ. You just got me stoned. Hey, yo, can you look at this real quick? I need you... Hey, a small log. Make some lumber. That's how I do it. Hex, yeah, I need 50. This will take a while, so just come back to grab your stuff. Oh, it takes them a bit. Wait. But that's fine. I would like that. I think that's a lot better. Alright, while the lumber's being made... Whoopsie, I'm pressing this. Oh, I have another box. Okay. It's furniture. I will be putting that somewhere else. Okay. Don't worry. I'm making it. I'm making stuff. Furniture. I'll hold on to that. I'll put this in there too. And that too. No one in there as well. I'm gonna keep the leaf of berries. Yeah, I'm keeping the leaf of berries. you. Do you see him? Also me facing the opposite direction. Alright. It was sure surprising. I wonder who it came from. I would like to go to a dream island. Oh, a new doll. It's so cute. Got it, sure. Here's the place. Is this, okay? Yeah, I don't think I can make the vines. I think I would actually need to go and get it. I realize Old Man Tangaroth just has a, what's it called on him? Has a TM disc on its head. I just noticed that. Oh my god, I can press A and make Ditto do stuff. I think that's cute. I like when loading screens are interactive. Here we are. Just let me know when you want to head back. I'll just be chilling right here. So just take as long as you need, okay? Okay. So explore them thoroughly. You can only travel to one time a day, but you can revisit that island as many times as you want. If you want to go to a different island, you'd have to wait the next day to talk to different. This game is so cute. No! Oh, this is harder than I thought. Lumber! Well, I need like 50 of those. What is that actually? Hold on. Pile of stardust. What can I make with stardust? Nah, I'm good. Eureka! I can make a star piece. If you give a star piece to a Pokemon who's visiting from another world, that Pokemon will give you a gift. If you open a Pokemon's gift in a vacant habitat, a new Pokemon will appear, the same species as the Pokemon that gave you the gift. Interesting. Wait, how many star pieces do you need? Is there no... Do I not have like a recipe? Yeah, recipe list. Okay. Star piece. You need 99 star pieces for one of these. Great. Is that a Pokemon? No, that's a llama. See, if I was playing like Dragon Quest, I would be like, hey, yo, what the heck is that? Oh, it's a small llama. Why does this... Why did I need to be here? I want to see. I guess I could get lethal berries. Now I got a Kirby absorb. Alright guys, who's better at this? Ooh, what the heck is it here? I just stole it. One wooden stool. What is this? Ooh, flowers. You know what? I'll take that too. Dang it, I can't cut it the way I want it to. I can't pick it up the way I want to. I can't absorb everything. Oh yes, I'm still in everything. Why can I not get you? I think I'm not gonna steal this. Oh, I'm so gonna steal this. I don't care if it takes me forever to jump. I'm stealing this. Do I have enough space? Yeah, I got a lot of space. Eggs, yeah. Ooh! I need the seeds for this. Has a sour taste, but will restore some the PP. Ah, yes. The PP. Let go. Jeez. Where I get it? Yeah. Alright, I needed 25. I think I remember how many I have. No, get away from me. I wonder how do you make star pieces? There's another building over there. Big ass island. Alright, let's see. I bet you if I make enough progress, it'll give me like little upgrades. Didn't you want lumber without cutting down the trees? Yes, but I already gave... Well, but this isn't an island in my area. Like I didn't want to cut the trees if it was like on my island. But since I'm in like another island, like a whole different island, I don't care. They're getting cut. Ooh, more Stardust. There's so much down here. Oh, you're stealing stuff instead of cutting trees. Yes. The weather report, December 4th, has been added to your human records. Clear with periodic clouds. Expect light showers in some areas. No warnings or reports of volcanic eruptions have been issued. Am I in, am I in the fucking island 1, 2, and 3 where Moltres is? No, wait, I don't think Moltres is there. Where is Moltres? In, where's Moltres in Fire Red and Leaf Green? What the fuck is down there? Oh, it's just a mushroom. I probably should go down there. No, wait, yeah. It's in the, Amber.
Yeah, he's on the island.
Yeah. He's on, like, the triple, the 1, 2, and 3 island when you go to Cinnabar. Wait, so how do you catch Moltres in, how do you catch Moltres in just, like, red and blue? No, because the islands wasn't introduced in Fire Red and Leaf Green. Yeah, you go to Cinnabar, but you don't get the island 1, 2, and 3 until Heart Gold, Soul Silver. That was a new thing they added. Really? I'm looking. I was looking at Fire Red and Leaf Green. I want to know in red and blue. I'm looking it up. Oh, Victory Road. You get them in Victory Road. No, just Moltres. Articuno is in the island that's in between Cinnabar and the island where Koga is. And then Zapdos is in the power plant that's past Misty's place.
Yeah, he was Zapdos.
Yeah. After I finish my homework today, I'm gonna go to Yuri's place. She's gonna show me a powwow video. So I might be kinda late getting home. No love, Natalie. I'm still in this cart. I told Sonic to make me a blueberry drink, and then I was like, real fruits. And they added watermelon and strawberry.
Technically correct.
Yeah. What do you mean technically correct?
I thought you
Nah. I hope this is the right way to go. I kind of tried myself out here. Habitat information? What does that mean? Oh, a habitat information. Gotcha. But I don't know. I love when it gives me habitat information, but it doesn't tell me what Pokemon it comes from it. They just say, hey, this is indeed a habitat. I'm glad there's no stamina bar, besides like using the PP. I can't believe I have to collect 99 just for one gift. They really expected me to explore this area so thoroughly.
Yeah.
I'm lost. Now where am I? Ooh, that's a nice looking windmill. I'm gonna steal it. Ooh, it's a Castor. Oh wait, I'm dumb. Sleepy! My brother's with me. Tell your brother I said hello. I think that's your little brother. I pig? I don't remember. Let's see. Alright. I'm gonna climb up there. I like how I can touch the air. Alright. Alright, I think I have enough. Ooh. Alright. What's up here? Let's see. Whoops. I don't want it. What is this? Another habitat information. Oh boy! Ooh, lumberjack workplace. Habitat information? Yellow tall grass? Okay, I'm trying something out. Nope, didn't work the way I wanted it to. Right? Nope, still didn't work the way I wanted it to. Right? Whoa, what is that? That's new. Ooh. I got a brain freeze. I am taking this. Alright. Alright. Cool. Oh, dang it. I thought it was... I'm just taking some seeds for the house. I wish I could reach both of them. You having fun, man? I'm having a hell of a lot of fun. This is an adorable game. This is an adorable game. Okay. I want to find more leads of roof support. I need a fast way. Have I explored everything here? I think I've explored everything over and underground. I don't want to go up there. I'm not gonna lie. I might be a little bit too... But I can come back here if I need something. I'm gonna come back. I haven't found any consequences yet. But I do want the seeds. And more logs. I should probably get some leaves too, huh? I don't need logs like that. Look. It's time to do deforestation. How many, okay, I got 27. I do have enough for that. How much do I need of, vine? I'm gonna try to get the 25 too. Whoopsie. Where is... There it is. Nope, get down. What? Thank you. I'm getting a second tattoo soon. Oh, what you gonna get? Ooh, shoot. Damn it, I got my only escape. I'm at 24. I just need one more. I guess I could just make an escape, shouldn't I? Alright, I got enough. Lily of the Valley tattoo. Oh. About to be broke but happy. As long as you're happy. Akira's making me a guild, his mom is designing, like, the guild, is designing my little guild insignia, and then they're gonna make me get a tattoo of it. Alright, I'm going home. Wait, 4? Not strong enough. This kind of irritates me, low-key. This right here irritates me. You know what? I think this will get fixed. I'm gonna fix this for whoever's island this is. Oh, I can't fix it. I'm so upset. I can't fix it. I'm so upset. Guys. Do any of you guys want to play Unite tonight? I'm gonna be still trying to get Green Ribbon Ladders. Determined to finish it by tonight. I'm sadly catching up on this game. Just because I was supposed to play this earlier, and then I got it pushed, and then Megan pushed it again. Cause she forgot that I was off today. So I'm going to be playing the catch-up that I was supposed to for a couple days. Yeah, I think they're on playing Unite on the Discord. Dang, guys. Yeah, there's 3 people in the Discord. Alright. I did my 3 challenges today. Alright, time to make some habitats. Is he still cutting it? Can I get some? Yay, he gave me some lumber. 45 pieces of... Oh, you're almost done. Are you waiting for the file? Ahem, how often do you forget about me? Dario. I'm pleading the 5th. I get invited to a lot of stuff. Wait, was it to say goal now that I think about it? Habitat Dex. Oh, he wants 8. What did I do? Oh. How do I just absorb all the beans? How do I get more beans? What am I doing? I wasn't paying attention. Water. Ooh, I got my drink. Oh, hi Squirtle. I didn't know you were asking for me. What's good, my boy? I never get bored when I'm with you, Ditto. Here's what I want to give you something to show my thanks. Just head one. Yeah, you know what? We needed those. Thanks, Squirtle. Now I'm gonna go ahead and put these in there. Alright, that's done. Ooh, guess what, guys? What do I need? Who do I need? Bet, I need everybody. Alright. Real quick, y'all. I need you. I need you. I already forgot. I need a timber, hoot. A war turtle. Okay. I need you. I need you. So then I need Combi, Charmander, and the other builders. Okay, I need you. I need you. I need to go get Scyther. Yeah, you got my... Yeah, thank you for the lumber. Now, real quick. I also need you. And I need you. Alright. We building my big-ass house. I didn't think we were going to complete this goal pretty soon, but we did it. Oh, they need to be closer. Come on. Come on, everybody. We starting. Start building. Yeah. How long is it gonna take? It said it'll be done tomorrow! That, okay. So pumped for my next tattoo. Sleepy, if I just start playing this off stream, you won't be upset, right? Like, if I make progress off stream, you be fine, right? That kind of hurt me a little bit. That said tomorrow. I will not be upset. I appreciate it. I'm having so much fun. Okay. I love the little mouse part of this. Let's see. Alright. Alright! I'm gonna get that. Yeah! Oh my god, I got Megan to listen to Epic the Musical, and their favorite song is, Odysseus. I thought that was funny. Oh, he's tired. Me. Fully recovered. Back to work. Morning sleepyhead, resting for a while. I don't know how do I make this. She's my wife. Anyway, I got all you can want here, all you can need here. My dear, my love for life. Need to make some boxes. I'm not your man. In paradise. I'm no pet, I'm a married man. Ah! I might get rid of this too. This is just a bit. Huh? Aw. Alright. Whoopsie, wrong one. Alright, next one. I dropped something. Or was that me? Oh, okay. I was like, my sneezes are powerful.
They are.
Yeah, you do get scared sometimes when I sneeze.
You were screaming for no reason.
Oh yeah, because I was stretching. Man, I started building the big house, right? And then it was like, let me try and figure out, I know Vespa Queen. It said, let me calculate how much time it'll take. It says it'll be done tomorrow. So sad. Alright, Vespa Queen, you said you wanted something. What's up? Oh, this is quite impressive, don't you agree? Oh, I thought you... Oh, I got you some money. Could I persuade you to get 3? I'll gladly give you one of these for your trouble. Ooh. I thought it said Pop-Tart, man.
I love you being like,
Are you going to bed?
mind your business.
Crazy. Oh, I thought I had 3 honey. Did I put it up? Oh, it might be in my box. Hold on. I got you the 3 honey. I want that box sofa.
Oh, sorry, boo.
Box sofa. Wait, can I just go to sleep?
Yeah, come.
No! Nope. So sad. I don't know if time traveling would work. Sleepy, does time traveling work in this game? What you think? Time traveling does, yes. I might do that real quick. I was scared to do time traveling for this game, for it being like, oh yeah, well we noticed your game is time travel. Now you don't get your dailies. I got as a treat. I didn't see it. No, I didn't see it. Last I checked, it did work. Well, let's try it. Let's try time traveling. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm going to rest. And you know what I'm gonna do? I'm going to time travel. Now, for those who don't know how to time travel, what I gotta do is I gotta go...
What you doing?
What? Nothing. Don't worry about it. Mind your business.
Crazy.
It is now the 4th of July. It is now time travel. Let's see if there's any consequences. No, there's no consequences so far. Let's see. There's no consequences. I just get new stuff. Okay. Let's look at my new house, guys. There you are, Ditto. The leaf house is all done. You gotta check it out. It's super awesome. My wisdom finally comes to use. Prepare to be amazed. Ta-da! Hey, yo, that looks cool. Thanks, yeah. Okay, let's see. How do I put the... I need to figure out how to put the thing up. I'm trying to slide. I was trying to slid. I was trying to bed. I was in my bed. Bullet in my head. Okay, I need to get drift loom and timber. Alright, Timber, you got one more house you need to build. Building start. Okay, it'll be done in 15 minutes. One of y'all search up the sweet set 2 dress. Sweet set 2 dress. Oh, hi. I just want to say he's giving me the same thing. Oh, logs. I'm looking at it right now. Hold on. Sweet. Oh, that's a threat. I said, no, that's a bet. Oh, that one does look nice. How big is it? Oh, God, this is a house. Oh, this is just a house. Hold on, wait. Do I put it inside? No, I don't put it inside. This motherfucker got a basement? It's under my bed. It's under my bed. Okay, let's see. How do I put this on here? Haha! This is my house. Heck yeah! What I learn how to make? Oh, I learned how to make a ditto flag. You can have roomies. Oh wait, I do need to see if there's more seeds. Is there seeds in the store? I need seeds. Oh yes. Yes, give me all 3 sets. I don't care. You can return home from the main menu. Go back instantly. Oh, that counts. Nice. I need the water to use too. Oh, I can't use it for that. Okay. Alright, I missed. Alright, well, he has a home now. Oh, Luar! I see your house is completed. No accidents along the way either. Compared to when I first met you, there's so many more Pokemon here. The plants are healthier. The whole place feels like it's returning to the way it was before. And it made me remember something. Something amazing. It's about this broken down building here. Just you wait until you hear what it was. It was a place where Pokemon and humans used to gather and interact. In fact, I'm nearly certain this is a Pokemon Center. I knew that. What's that? You already guessed it yourself? I suppose I should have expected as much. Muting to play Unite with the homies. I bet. Thanks, yeah. If we were to get a Pokemon Center back and running, this place will feel even more like it did in the old days. Well, I might prompt the humans to return. This time you need materials and Pokemon to help you. But waste on what I already know of you already. I'm already quite confident you can do this. We're counting on you. Okay. I feel like I've done this already. I think I did this in the last episode. Oh, there's a Pokemon over there. I see that. Oh, I can get it. Where is it? Yeah, there it goes. Somewhere in the climate, as long as you around me, I swear to God, everything I do is fine. Could take some time. Okay. Oh, you and I. Who can bulldoze? I guess we have to start by clearing this rubble so we can bulldoze. I suspect the Pokemon who's larger and harder like a boulder might be able to help you bulldoze. I see where that Pokemon might prefer. Perhaps a rocky place like a cave? Oh yeah, is there any more leads? You got this weak stamp. You can begin the stamp rally after receiving a PC stamp at the Pokemon Center. You can add it once per day. Every Friday you can stake stamps for life coins, and you'll get more than usual. In other locations such as or a Cloud Island, collect as many stamps. Cool. Wait, I want to go to the store. I want to see if there's more leads. Nope, we have to get more. Okay, let's see what's over here. Hello, person. Who are you? That's a Blastoise. Well, howdy there. You got some hustle in your bustle, don't you? Nope, never say that to me. Never ever say that to me again.
You got some hustle in your muscle.
No. What's got y'all running all over the place? Watering the tall grass and the waters too, to make this place more pleasant for all the Pokemon? What a mighty fine thing to do. Truly commendable. I'd love to help out myself, but if I try watering all these plants, I'm likely to wash away all the hard work you've done so far. Tell you what, if there's anything else I can help with, just let me know. I'll be cheering you on in the meantime. Can you bulldoze? You cannot bulldoze. You can water and trade? Interesting. Huh? Anyone can cheer on. You can cheer me on. Hey, Ditto, do you have a moment? Yeah? Are you talking about the bridge? I spotted this path between the cliffs, and I'm curious what it leads to. I wonder if anyone want to go check it out with me. I mean, it's not like I'm scared or anything, okay? I just thought I'd ask. Let's go. Alright. Yeah, take a with me. A trace of a Pokemon. That's a Shellos. Are there both of the Shellos up there? Yup, there's a Shellos. Nice to meet you. I'm looking for my friend right now. They look just like me, just a different color. But it's really a pretty color to boot. I gotta do my best in every day, every day, so I can be just as pretty as them. Whoops. I didn't mean to say all that. Don't tell them I said that, okay? Well, we got a Shellos. We've made so many friends. Alright. It's just a beach out here. I've been out here before. Where are you going? Squirtle, where are you going? Whoa, look at that. It's a huge beach. I feel so nice. I'm glad we made it here. Oh, look at there. There's a cave over there. Looks way too scary, though. I think I'll stay here. Actually, Professor Tangrowth said caves can have some rare mushrooms growing in there. I'm still not going anywhere near that cave, though. Too spooky. Anyway, thanks for bringing me here, Ditto. Thank you for I don't know what I did. Oh! Well, that's not a mushroom. Oh, but that is. Hey? Who said that? Hey, somebody heading... Oh, beyond the stone? Okay, well, give me 1 second. I see you. Not where I thought you were gonna be. Bro, stop. I'ma rescue you. Don't worry, I'm almost there. Oh! Hello. Oh, hey, buddy. Really glad you found me. Sorry for the sudden request, but think you can help me out? Sure thing. Sweet, I owe you one. This is kind of embarrassing, but I got myself stuck in here. Normally, I could bore straight through a cave like this and probably be out of here in no flash, but I guess I overslept and my muscles haven't woken up or something because the walls and floor here are wicked hard. I was about to give up, if I'm gonna be honest. But look at you, bud. You made it here, which means you can smash through the walls of the floor of this cave, yeah? You think you could bust up that wall in front of you and help me get out? I don't think I can. Oh, but you can bulldoze. No, but seriously, I cannot break that. Dang it, I thought for sure you could do it. I always heard that you should try using your head when your muscles don't work, but I'm also not good at that. Like a headbutt? Good one, bud. That was kind of funny, but if the headbutt could do the trick, I'd be out already. Oh, I got an idea. You know any really smart Pokemon? Could you probably ask them how to bust through the walls around here? I'll be patient and wait. Count on you. Okay. Well... guess what, Tangrowth? We found someone that can bulldoze, but the only problem is he can't bulldoze. I think this is a I'm gonna keep saying that. See, now I'm being more nosy. What the heck is that? I went in a whole circle. I didn't notice that. Well, I opened up this area. Oh, it's a report. Unmasking the true Misty has been added to the human records. Gym leader spotlight. Misty. Misty, gym leader of the Cerulean City Gym, always packed a schedule, but she kind of gave us a full day of her time for a comprehensive interview. August special edition of Gym Leader Monthly will be all about Misty, the tomboyish mermaid. Don't miss the stunning photo shoot. It'll sure make a splash. I don't want Misty's hair. Nah, take me back. Nah, I don't want Misty's hair. I like my hair. My hair look cool. My hair look fresh, bro. Why would you do that? Never do that again. Unless you give me like a cool hairdo, but not Misty's. Smooth rock. To lower the humidity? Interesting. Alright, let's go ahead and free this water. Okay, well, let me go the shorter way, because that is a lot better. I think I'm going the right way. I'm pretty sure I am. Ooh. Oh, I think the house is done. Was that a trace? A trace! Ooh. Nice. I'm gonna steal this. So I can place it right here. And then I'm going to make... I'm gonna make a light. Just so I can put it right over. I'm gonna put it here. I think this is where I need to put it. Boom, that's a new habitat. All right. Grow plants. Give presents. Let's see. I need 4 more habitats. Munch, munch, munch. Okay. Wait, where is Tangaroth? Oh, he's over there. Do you know how to make a log table? I know how to make that. Yeah, I know how to make a log table. Do you just want a log table? Yeah, here you go. Does that count as a gift? You just give me gift. Oh, what's wrong, my dude? Oh, he just wants it somewhere. Okay, we're gonna put it right over here. We're gonna put it right over here. Maybe not that close. Put it right here. Oh. Wow. Water? Okay, bet I get some water. Mm. You know what? I got you some honey. It's for you. He now has a gift. It's honey. I gave him a present. Why am I getting hydrated? Huh? Is someone there? Who else is here? What do y'all want? What is it? That's a Venusaur. Jesus Christ. What's with all these big Pokemon show up? Why, hello there. What a pleasure to meet you. Let me guess. You're drawn by the scent of my flowers. Oh dear. You weren't? Bark. Bark. Whoops. There I go. Jump into conclusions again. But still, wouldn't you agree that this lovely, sweet scent suits me to a T? If you ever want to find me, just follow your nose. Bork, not bark. Bork! 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 Is that better? You got a recipe for Stole Tyler. Thank you, I'm satisfied. Good, I'm happy. I'm happy you're satisfied. Is it the recipe? Yeah, recipe. I wonder if I should just make, I wonder if I should just make the rest of his stuff. Like the, this part right here. Yes. How's your comfort level? He wants a toy. Okay, I'm gonna make this bigger though. Hold on 1 second. I'm carrying too much stuff? Oh, well. I can keep that actually. Maybe I should build like a lot of them. I'm gonna build a lot of them. That's flooring. I don't think I need more than 50. I also don't know which one that is, actually. I want to make this place a little bit nicer. It says wooden pillar, middle. Okay, he's got a wooden wall. Yes, how can I help you? Oh, he gave me something. He gave me a leap of berry. Yes. Alright, wooden wall. Alright, I might need to get, what's the name to make me more lumber? I know it'll take me a bit, but it'll be worth it. Scyther, I require more lumber. Because I might need more than 50 now that I think about it. Yes. Oh, I don't have lumber. Okay, well, shit. I should probably make a door, too. Oh, no. Are you good at it? Oh, okay. He just wanted to talk. I got scared. Alright, door. Alright, I'm making a better home for everyone. Okay, I think making it this I might make 2 doors now that I think about it. Oh, actually, I didn't think but I can put you back. Boom, I can put you back. I'm gonna put a front door and a back door. Or maybe I'll make 2 more doors. It only costs 2. I think, yeah. Maybe I'll make a little side door. Oh, god dang it, it's the fucking Venomoth. Hold on. Shoot, maybe I don't need a... Sorry, I am changing stuff. Oh, flooring. Takita, I will get back to you. Oh my god, I want him to shoot this like bullet seeds. Really? Wet. Let's make you wet. 30% chance to make you 60% chance to make you percent chance to make you wet. 30% chance to make you wet. 30% chance to make you wet. 50% chance to make you 60% chance to make you 100% chance to make you another news and another proposal. Couldn't find the spines. It was letters to the lines. They sweet turkey through the night. And the judges are high. Really chance to add the 100% chance to make you wet. 30% chance to make you wet. 30% chance to make you wet. 30% chance to make you 60% make you wet. 90% chance to make you wet. Dear God, I need a Taco Bell. What? Dear God, I need a Taco Bell 5-layer burrito or I will explode. Where are you getting that Taco Bell, buddy? Where are you gonna get the Taco Bell from? Oh, probably from Taco Bell, now that I think about it. Why did I ask that? Dude, Taco Bell, I'll have like those spicy potato tacos. That's like my favorite thing to get. But I feel like if you got the beef burrito, that 5-layer beef burrito, I think you might explode as well. Put that side door here. Don't question my design. Exactly, the spicy potato tacos, top tier. You can never go wrong with that, low key. You got the jiggly. Wait. Nah, that's fine. Why do I not like that? I don't like that. Oh, well. I have no choice but to like it, I see. Alright. Okay, I guess it's halfway. Take it. Inside with that bitch. To death. JK, I take my bags. Floor. I usually replace the beans and nacho cheese on my burrito with rice and jalapeno sauce. Ooh, he might be cooking, guys. He might be cooking with that one. I didn't know you could do that. With rice and jalapeno sauce? That actually sounds good. Oh, that's good. Yo, he's cooking with grease, bro. Good bread. Distress. Get in no head. I don't think that holds. Depressed. Beat that bitch to death. JK, I take my meds. No, why would you do that? I don't think I want a roof yet. This is how I build in Minecraft. Don't worry. Just let me cook. This is how I build my house in Minecraft. Yeah, he's definitely cooking with that. That is what bad bitches do. Do I want to do one more? I think I do one more row. But I don't know how many more I have left. Nope, I ran out. Oh, the press. I think my meds. I think distress. In no head, I got the bills. Yes, I despise the beat. Same. Oh my god, yo, I felt that. I felt that with a burning passion, bro. Whoa, you can spin. You can spin in this game. Okay, it's not what I thought was gonna happen, but you got spin. But yes, I hate the beans and burritos. I will go out of my way to be like, hey, yo, don't give me the beans. Alright, let's go say hi to the Venomoth. Watch it not be Venomoth. I'll be upset if it's not Venomoth. If it's not Venomoth, I swear. Okay, Venonat, fine with Venonat. I was close. Yeah, beans is just mad to me. Go inside I usually go inside because they have those big ass screens now. To make it easier to change your order. Yeah, when I was doing DoorDash a month or two ago, I remember doing a you're heavier than a Bellsprout. Yeah. Yeah, they had like I had to go inside to pick up the order, but they already had the order, so I just pick it up. But I saw they had the big ass screens, and they were like, "Oh yeah, we just added these." I thought that was crazy. Level 4. There's probably so many challenges I need to do. Can I get boxes now? Everybody know I can't say bitch. I'm gonna get some building blocks. I'm gonna get that for what's his name. I do need lights. Can I get boxes? I need a box. I need a box. Oh, well, yeah, let me get some leads too. Yes, let me see the lead. I don't know what that is. I already have one. Everybody knows. Don't save her. 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 Ooh, I could do this one. This one's easy. Oh, but I need the fruit basket. And I think I need a different campfire. Alright, let's see what's this one. I don't know that one. All that guys like she even good when she came over last night. On the on out, ready to take that princess to a housewife. Let's see. Don't let that gas like. Interesting. Oh, this is exactly what I needed. Well, I also need the other campfire. Where's the... Please tell me Luigi. No, I don't think so. Dang, I need to be level 5. What chins are home? Oh, you are sipping, she feel weeping on the low. Everybody knows. Let's help with his car. I think he came from afar. What the heck was that? Did you not hear that? Oh, that was you coughing? I thought that was Boo growling at something. I was so scared. And I turned around and he's just like laying the fuck down. And then I heard it louder. I was like, excuse me. Okay, this house is almost done. Alright. You want toy. Where is your... Yeah, this is your house. I was like, where did I put your blocks? I'll put it right here. You like this better? Heck yeah. Better. Oh, I need to go talk to Dribbler. And Hitmonchan. Where they at? Where is... Venonat is so big. Oh no, what do you want? He wants a decoration. You know what? Let's light this area up. I'll give that to you. Oh. You like this? This is a decoration. Heck yeah! He likes it. What's your comfort level? Oh, I got a trace of a Pokemon right under Blastoise. He shat that out of him. Spencer. Cool, that's good to know. Alright, what about you? I just want to see your comfort level. You want some food? Do I have a plate? I might get you a plate. Give me 1 second. Wait, no, I'm distracting myself. First of all, Scyther. What are y'all staring at? Ayo, Safa. Look at this. Oh, I didn't get any wood. Alright, never mind. No. Hitmonchan. How's your comfort? I got you something. I got you beans. He got beans. Oh, did you need anything else? While I'm at it. He just wants to be brighter. Alright, now he's getting me stuff. Oh, thank you. I needed that. I need that for light fixtures. I wish I could run faster. Do I need more lumber? No, I need stick. Oh, I could get some stone and some stick. There's another trace of Pokemon. Jesus. There's so many traces of Pokemon here. I do. Oh, well, I was going to say I do this, but I really do. Let's see. You know what? I stole this plate. There's so many traces of Pokemon, bro. Who keeps leaving this here? I might have to actually like eat this with the thing. With the One second. Oh, I was like, I hope I'm not running over my Joy-Con. I have to throw some in the trash. Here it goes. Bounce. Let's get rid of this though. Oh, I can't get rid of that. I like that. That's so cute. Ooh, thank you! Thank you for the follow. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'm hoping that was what that was, and that was a follow. I'm not so good at figuring out what stuff happened. Yeah, that's what it was. It was a follow. Thank you for the follow. It's like I can see the text message, but then like past that, I don't see anything else. All right, stolen. Okay, maybe I should go to the ooh, excuse me. Maybe I should go and do a free Onyx, right? Onyx gives me the thing to bulldoze, and then afterwards I could probably make more rocks. That's a habitat lead up there, and maybe I'll be able to go faster too. And then I could probably go talk to Dribbler. Oh, Luar, do you have a moment? Do you have a moment? I can't stop wondering what's beyond that stone wall. I don't believe that wall was back there when I was in that thing. But whether it existed or not, So much time has passed and I don't remember what lies behind. Seeing what you're capable, I dare say you. Oh God, hi Vespa Queen. If it's not too much, could you take me to the other side of the wall? Did you have a question for me? But I'd rather see the other side of the wall first. I'm just too preoccupied to think of anyone else. Okay, yeah, you're gonna follow me. Okay, he doesn't even want to hear me out. I've been doing so much stuff for him. One second. See, now that I know how to do stuff. Oh, you're kidding. 1 second. Add some stuff in there now. I'm just a little bit too lazy to organize them, and I don't have a lot of boxes. Oh, I do need these two. You know what? I can do the thing I was supposed to. Be careful who you do. Don't go around with Hi, War Turtle. What's good? What's good here? Yeet. And I'm coming back. Oh, I got something good. Got a recipe for a wooden table. All right, you know what? You won't even do my request, so I'm gonna wait on yours. I took the whole I took the whole door. There you go. I forgot you could just press A. Okay, he wants his area a little bit more brighter. Oh, whoops, I got the wrong thing. I meant to get the candle. He wanted the sleeper. Actually, do I have a... Yeah, I got a little table right here. And then I'm going to take this out and put that here. And then you know what I need to do? I need to tell Charmander to come over here. Oh boy, what's going on? How's your comfort level? All of y'all want food. I will get you some food. Alright, come on. Someone having trouble following me? Who's having trouble following me? Where's old man Tango? Oh! No, you need to get... Get out of my way, Tango. Come on, I need you to light this. Charmander! Okay, I know you see this. Okay, Charmander. I need you to light this on fire. Please. Thank you. There you go. Alright. Now can y'all both follow me? Tangaroth. Tangaroth, how did you get in there? I gotta just make you double doors, don't I? I can see that. Oh, come. Get out of here. Tangaroth, get out of here. Come on. I apparently gotta make double wide doors. I will make a double wide door. I didn't know you needed that. Oh, well, what do you know? I can't do it. Well, I guess there's a hole in the wall. I apologize. You... What? I did. I did. Oh, okay. I was so confused. Okay. What do I want to... Oh, Tangaroth. Where he at? Is he still behind me? Alright. Thank you, Charmander. I like how Vespa Queen came down to come and say hi. That made me happy. She's usually all the way up in the bridge, but now she's down here. I think that's nice. What the heck is this? Oh wait, yeah, that's right. I did say I needed this. Oh, Pokemetal ingots. No clue what that's for. Ah! What y'all got me doing? What y'all got me doing this time? I'm gonna find out, don't worry. Oh, get in the water. I see. Alright. Where are we? Where are we? I see a lead. I see a workbench. Well, look at that. Well, this is what awaited on the other side. Okay, I see itself. Now do I see it? I do have some faint memories of gazing out here in the sea. Wait a minute. It's covered in sand, but it sort of looks like a human man. It shouldn't come down. I don't think it used to be here in the old days either. What's that doohickey? Okay. Is it possible? Is it possible we're in what the heck? Oh, it's a magic card. Okay, hold on. You always flop it. Recipe for bridge planks. Oh, we needed that. Yo, where am I? You found a trace of a Pokemon. Better be a Gyarados. It's a Slowpoke. Okay, I think this one literally just needs this. Pink. Seaside. Seaside tall grass. I get Slowpoke. That's low key. Or it's Slowbro. Oh, I can't go through here. I don't... Hi. Hey there! Nice to meet you. I'm just a humble little Magikarp, yo. And I suddenly just found myself here, flopping and splashing about. I can't remember anything before that. And you're... Wait, don't tell me. You're a Ditto, right? Yo, I'm so glad I get to meet you. I hope we can be friends. Hey, Ditto, you may be helping with something. Kind of missing the place I used to live. Yo, this is what feeling homesick looks like. Anyway, basically, I'd be super happy if you could make me a home kind of like this. I need to learn how to make a fishing rod. And I'll pay you back for the help, of course. I can teach you one of my best moves. Alright. Secure camera. Are you sleeping? Okay. Oh, what's this boxy doohickey? Testing 1, 2. Hello, good morning. How are you getting? It's really recording. Oh, whatever. I'll give it a go. Oh, the box spoke. Is this another PC? Excuse me, you there. Welcome to our hideout. You look like a real hero. You know, a real nice guy. But wait, whoever hears this might not be a guy. I forget that last part. You're, I mean, you have honest-looking eyes. You certainly have a pure worthy of heart. And I believe you... And believe you me. What? And believe you me, all of us have pure hearts too. After all, we're a business that uses Pokemon. We're an organization that works hard to improve the environment for the sake of all Pokemon. We're real fun and independent. And that look in your eyes tell me you want to join, right? I can tell you have a lot of Is this Team Rocket? If you want to become of us, overcome a difficult trial, we call it a team initiation challenge. You get started right away with part 1, the bleeper berries. First task is to get a leaf of berries and put them in the hatch. We're not going to eat them. They're for the Pokemon, of course. And one more thing. As you're working through the team initiation challenge, you'll get some quality gifts. We'll be waiting with bated breath to get it, so... Okay. Seems like it's finally been talking. Couldn't make heads or tails of what it's saying, but it sounded like a human voice, and it sounded like they might need our help. I'm still really curious about this building. It might even have some clues what happened to the humans. But there's no use of standing here, so think about it. Do you mind stopping from time to time and checking on this building just every once in a while? Would be fine. I bet you Team Rocket dropped the nuke on fucking Kanto. That's what it sounds like. Oh, I forgot. You wanted to ask me something. Yes, I need to bulldoze. Oh, you said Honest is stuck in the game? Dear me, I hope we could do something to help. First things first, let's head back to discuss this with the others. Okay, but I will put the Leaper berries. I thought he wanted 3. Alright. The Bouldery badge? This is a gym badge. I don't have tomatoes or wheat. Interesting. Just to save you, I need all of me. My fault, you all for me. Only you, I need all. Just to save you, I need all of me. Okay. Interesting. Do we need to have a meeting to take care? Oh, but eventually they're gonna teach me how to make this harder. My stuff harder. I want to see what's under here. Okay, I'm gonna skin. It's a fossil. I was trying to slide. I was trying to sled. I was trying to bed. I was on my bed. Put a bullet in my head. Cap, I'm a little scared about what I said. I just want to slide. I was trying to sled. Hello! Bean seeds. How you feeling? He also wants a toy. How many people want toys in this bitch? Can I make it? Can I really make it? No, I don't think I can. I can't make a toy. I have to... I don't think I could buy one, because I already bought one today. Right? Yeah, I already bought one today. Hey! I will make a community box. Alright, ladder. Ooh. How long have I been recording? Okay, hour 30. Okay, I'm gonna do another 30 minutes before I call it. I like making progress in this game. It's fun. I want to see some of the... Oh yeah, we need a fishing rod. I don't think I learned how to make a fishing rod. Let's see, is there a level that I need? Let's see. Nope. Okay. I'll make it another habitat. I don't know how to make a crate. Ah, but I can't do this one. Matter of fact, I can't make nothing. Oh, I can make a lumberjack. I need to get a tree stump and a table and a seat. So I will probably have to make it... Where can I make it? I can make it here. Yeah, I can make it here. I think I can make another one, right? Nope, I only have one. Well, time to steal it. I like how it takes them so long to make it. I think I placed it right? I don't know if it needs to be perfect. I think they just need to be next to each other. Oh well, it was fine either way. Got the log table. Now I need the seat. And I think it's like seat then table. No, I think it's table then seat actually. Table, then seat. Nope. There it goes. Yeah, I got it right. Nice. We need to rescue Onyx. Are you gonna help me? Oh, he's just calling everyone. It sees Onyx is trapped in a cave, and the walls of the cave are so hard even Luar can't break through. Does anyone have any great brainstorms about what we could do to help him? We're dealing with a super solid ground. We could try spraying it with some water, and maybe that'll make it all squishy and soft. If the walls are so hard that even a toughen like Onyx can't deal with them, I'll imagine it'll take more than a little water to soften them up. Then why don't we just wait for it to rain? Rain, you say? I suppose you all wouldn't know, but it doesn't really rain around this place. What? Really? How come? Couldn't tell you why, but the last time I saw any rainfall, I was just a sprout back then, when there were still humans around here. I haven't seen much of a drop since then. Oh, for real? Well, that's fine by me. No rain, no pain. Hold on, what do you mean, no rain? We need rain. I'm sure a little rain will not only help Onyx, it might cheer up the other Pokemon as well. Sounds good, let's make it rain. Easier said than done, I'm afraid. Let's see, how can we get it to make it rain? Wow, there's still stuff you don't even know, Professor. Rain? What does rain bring to mind? Oh, I think I got it. We need a Slowpoke. Slowpoke? Yeah, a certain Pokemon called Slowpoke helping us. We might make it rain. Do you think we can find a Slowpoke and bring them here? If I do recall, they like sleeping in tall grass near the sea. You recall that covered building we found beyond the rock that you broke? If there's any tall grass in there, I'm certain Slowpoke will like it. Well, we already made it. I think we just have to wait for him to show up. Okay, I'm gonna put a surveillance camera there. Yeah, I'm gonna put a camera there. Wrong way. It's that way. Oh, there was one here. Do we have a little device that we can like look through? I also want to see, now that I see there's a fishing rod there. I just need a seat. Easy. He said he's gonna teach me something. I wonder what he's gonna teach me. Seats. It's a seat! I was not expecting him to show up here. Is it not supposed to be here? It's supposed to be here? Okay. But yeah, we got it specifically for him. Yeah, I got you. Oh, look, it's a Slowpoke. Yeah, something weird about this spot. Might be worth checking out. I'd love for you to make a home like the one I used to live in, yo. I'll teach you one of my best moves in return. Did I not make it? I made it. Oh, I think I have to take him there. Slowpoke, 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 Slowpoke! Hmm? Do I know you? Are we mates? Maybe? Ah, maybe not. Well, it's nice to meet you. It's a Slowpoke. I'm friends with a Slowpoke. Alright, what's his cool moves? Flop. Flop, flop, flop. There it is. It's one of my best moves. At the very least, start hopping on short ledges and things should be no problem for now. I mean, it's pretty much only good for short ledges and things, but it's still pretty good, right? I'm gonna teach you any other Pokemon, okay? I learned something. Are you telling me I learned how to jump? Oh my god, I learned how to jump. After 6 hours of playing this game, I learned how to jump. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. This is game changing. This is a whole different game. Look at this. Oh my god, it's a whole different game. How you doing? I've had some fun fishing days, and as always, by the way, Pokemon have started changing where we used to live. Recently, I fished up a Pokemon that I can only see in different regions. Maybe you'll catch something that rare too. This is game changing. I don't care. I don't care what anyone says. This is different. Oh, what's up? I need you to come with me. Huh? So I really have the power to make it rain? Cool. Oh, maybe I should give him a little stoner kinda-esque voice. Be like, oh, but hold on. The ground's really bumpy around here, right? It's really hard to walk. I think I'm gonna get all, you know, tired before we even make it to the professor. Ooh, steps. If you play steps, they can walk easily. Okay. I gotta make steps. Alright, because I want to get to the professor. So I need to not only make steps, but I also need to make, so I need lumber. In order for me to make lumber, I need to cut trees. In order for me to cut trees, I need to cut trees. Me. How much trees do I have now that I think about it? I feel like I have lumber. I got logs. How much does it take for one? It needs 2. So 5. Let's see. 5, 10, 15, 20. Oh, Jesus Christ. You know how to play jump rope? So I used to play jump rope. Ooh. Can we play jump rope? Hold on. Can we play jump rope? Hold on. I want to play jump rope. I think that would be fun. Hold on. I need a distraction. I know how to jump. I'm going to show y'all how to jump. Fuck! Oh no. Yes, I wanna. No! Let's play jump rope. I got this. I'm gonna show you. Now I had to get used to it. I got this. Don't worry about it. I got this. I got this. Yeah. Yeah. Oh god dang, he clipped the fuck out of me, bro. New record. New personal record, 12. What does that give me? Is that Poke Metal? Oh, copper ore. Wanna play again? No, let's stop for now. Let's stop for now. Is that an Axew? Yo, an Axew shows up. Why aren't you scared? Aren't I menacing enough? Don't get too comfortable. Someday when my tusks are big and imitating like Haxor's, I'm gonna stare you off so good. I'll be with you friends until then. Hey, yeah, Axews are so cool. When I played Black and White, this was one of my favorite Pokemon. I see. You know, I'm gonna watch the trash anime after this. He wants spicy food. You know, I don't know flavors of berries. Look at this. Make lumber. This should be fine. I think 50 should be enough. I think while this is happening, I could try work on... I don't know what to work on. Make one more habitat. I could get the colored ones. Oh, I need to hydrate it. And I don't have that. I'm gonna go to next day. I'm gonna go to next day. It goes to my birthday. It is now my birthday, guys. I will decorate my house on one. I probably will decorate my house off stream. From my Pokedex. Today's your lucky day. You'll find myself more sparkling ripples than usual. It's too bright? I forgot you do like it dark. That's a little too dark for him. What if I made him a little space up here? You can see the night. Let me go and get him. Let's go. Oh, thank God I got no more. Okay, 1 second. I'm cooking right now. I'm highly focused cooking right now. No! I fell. I'm cooking right now. Alright, what's the missions today? Yes, this is exactly what I needed. I needed this recipe. I always need that. I don't think oh, I do need this. Sure. Oh, the space between it. That's actually nice. No, I have my bed. Oh, I know what I'm doing. I was like, what am I doing here? It comes with 5. So I need 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12. No, wait. I'm doing this wrong. Okay, gotta get this much. And then I need the floor one. Where's the trail? Okay, I can't make those, but that doesn't mean I can't make these. I do need 2 of these. Okay. I'm sorry, Hoot Hoot, I'm working my best. This, I need to put this here, here, and here. That's another spot. Didn't he just come out with a new song? Did y'all hear the Afro Man just dropped the Because I Got High Part 2 like a couple days ago? I thought that was crazy. We got a new Because I Got High song. Okay. Where am I going? Oh! I saw Hoot Hoot and I remembered. Okay, but I'm curious if that's all he needs is just the seeds. Let's see. Because I don't think I know how to make the, I don't think I know how to make the path yet. The little brick pathway yet. I ain't gonna lie, Hoot Hoot, you scared the shit out of me. I didn't think you were ready. Did I go the wrong direction? I went the wrong direction, but this is fine. I do realize that some Pokemon cannot jump. They are not black. They do not play for the NBA. Well, some of them probably play for the NBA. Like Hoot Hoot, definitely got buddies. Slowpoke probably can't do it. But you know what? You know what? We're gonna make Slowpoke dunk. We're gonna show him how to dunk. Okay, I do have a small pathway to get there, I think. Yeah, we got a small path. We made some kind of pathway. I'll admit that. All right, it says grow stuff, but I think this is being grown right now. Oh, this is harvesting. I don't know if that's the same. Do I just use water? Is that what I need to do? No, I have to actually make something new. Okay, well, I wonder if I can make the little berries. Are we getting ready, or is it the cut time, or are we just about? Okay, I'm going to get. Where is he? Where is he? Slowpoke. Hey, yo, War Turtle, did you see a Slowpoke around here? Oh, hi. He really wants the fucking things, doesn't he? Yeah, I made you the steps, but I don't think I can make the smaller things, dude. It does take me forever to make lumber. Oh my god, I forgot to get you. Okay. I forgot to give you a spot, I'm sorry. Or take you to your spot. I forgot to take you to your spot. I'm so sorry. Okay. This one, for the first time, is a lot easier than doing it the other way. Did I hear something earlier? I thought I heard something earlier. I'm out. Is there a move to cut it? Try it? Oh, I thought I tried that. I know Slowpoke is taking his time up there, so this is fine for me to do. We're gonna make like 15 more. Okay. We're gonna go and make it rain, and then I'm going to end it there. So just give me a second. Y'all are gonna get an ad in a minute anyway, so that's perfectly fine. Y'all will probably off camera see me doing all the stuff that I need to do anyway. But, well, I'm sorry, Voodoo. Alright, come on, let's go. I'm gonna go drop you off to your new place. Oh, that's why I made the ladders too, was because I wanted it easier to get to get up there. That's why I was going around there. Yeah, he's making it, see? I think. Oh, he went to go touch grass. That's what he went to go do. Oh, I thought he could grab the ledge. That would have been so cool. Alright, Voodoo. I'm surprised Voodoo doesn't move. Or not Voodoo. We gathered up lots and lots of nectar for you. See? There's some really nice nectar, though. Stop trying to hide the spotlight. I was the one that found these flowers. The smell of that smell the strongest. I bet your mine's is really tasty. No, I think it's gonna be mine. Got a nice. Wow. I'm getting slowly tired. That's why I'm not doing the voices. I apologize. Alright. Oh, they're already popping fireworks outside. Okay. This is good. Put it away. Do you want to move in here? Hex, yeah, I thought you would like it. It's not as right up here. How's your comfort level? You want a dry food? I don't know if this is dry. Can I get info? It says jam-packed with nutrients. But I want to see if it's dry. Ah, it's not dry. Is this dry? It's sour. I need to grow more stuff. Let's see. Phew, I'm tired. You're almost there. You're almost there. No, don't start walking back. I'm kind of cheating. I'm kind of cheating. The Slowpoke's almost here. I just have to talk to him twice. He's almost here. Gather him. I made it! So I'm here now. Ooh. Sure. Dang, he made me yawn though. Okay. Another important quest. Yawn up a storm. Alright, I will do that. I will do that off screen when I'm like while I'm like focusing on stuff. But other than that, I'm gonna go ahead and save real quick. If I remember how to save. I'm gonna go ahead and save. And then I'm gonna call it there, guys. Thank you guys for showing up. Thanks for those who did show up. Thanks for those who did show up. If you want to watch more videos, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, like Prism did. But other than that, y'all have a good rest of y'all night, guys.